everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 46. How you doing? I am KCW, your host, as always, and with me we have Slicer. Zero.
Hello everyone, I'm half asleep and it's a great time to be alive.
And Kenshi.
Hi, I'm Kenshi618, and you can't see me right now, but I am standing up and pelvic thrusting in the direction of this laptop.
No.
So just imagine that.
God, I just did.
Is the hard candy in your pockets jingling?
I took him out.
You weren't really doing that. Your voice was too even.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that I had to imagine it. I blame him for that.
Whatever, you should be thanking me for putting that glorious sight in your mind.
Domino's just texted me. £9 any size pizza.
Awesome.
Cool.
Dude, that sounds like a deal. Go get yourself some pizza from Dom. No, you'll regret it.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Here we get medium top. Here we get like large one topping for $5.
Pretty much. This is America, though, so I mean,
Yeah, I think ours is pretty much equal to that.
I told you guys about
a rip-off, either way.
I told you guys about the time that we ordered pizza, Domino's pizza, from my work.
Holy shit,
and they were
they're
next
emailing
door.
me now. They just sent me an email with the exact same message.
Wow.
No.
They know where their bread is buttered.
Are you
they
on
know
a newsletter or something?
they're after you. They know where you live.
I have an account. They, have all my details.
Yeah, they know where you live. Quickly. Go.
But they
bad.
should. They deliver.
They know where you live. It's a bad sign of things to come.
They know where everyone lives.
Be a pretty rubbish takeaway if they didn't know where I live.
Get a whole lot of free pizza, though. Well, they finally arrived, anyway.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
So, we're gonna do what we're doing. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Zero.
So I'm finally getting hours this week, which means that when I actually want to write, I can't. I went in and, so Tuesday night, I stayed like 30 minutes after, to make sure every single thing was clean, because we had like a sort of just a minor inspection the next day, so I went through and I cleaned everything. And then the next day we ended up having our surprise big inspection, our big CFF at the store, and we got green, which means that we passed. And I'm just thinking, man, I might have just saved the store.
Would you have actually failed before? That's a horrifying possibility.
We lose points on cleanliness. If I
Yeah,
hadn't
but
gone through,
was it that bad?
we lose points on cleanliness. And I feel like sometimes I'm the only person who knows how to cook exactly to procedure and goes and cleans everything during their shift when
If I'm ever
nobody
in
else
California, remind me to never go to your KFC ever. I mean, I probably wouldn't anyway.
does. No, we got a passing grade. We got a passing grade. It's not like
Is it
we
passing
failed.
with like a 65D?
No,
That kind of passing?
it's passing with like a 73.
Where you technically passed, but you didn't really pass.
That's like a C minus.
I'd have to get the exact score, but we passed, and I feel good that I cleaned up the entire cook area to make sure everything was good. I blame everybody else. It's their fault. So I had to cover for a guy the next day, which was supposed to be my day off. And then I had to work yesterday, and now I have to work tomorrow, and I'm getting a lot of hours, but at the same time, I haven't had any free time to write or do anything. Also, my uncle and my autistic cousin, Bobby Sr. and Bobby Jr., respectively, or rather, Bobby Jr., then Bobby the Third, because my grandpa's name is also Bob. So the second Bob and the third Bob are coming over like later today, and I have to hide my swords and proof my room because they're going to be sleeping in it. And I don't think having shock weapons around an autistic kid is the best option in life.
Didn't you just have relatives kick you out of your room last week?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I'm glad we have a small immediate family.
Yeah. We're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy later today, though.
Ooh, cool.
Which is going to be fun, because I haven't seen that yet, and I've heard really good things about it. Also this week, so I just want to reiterate that I highly recommend Tokyo Ghoul to everyone. The anime, because it's just getting really good. And the manga is very long and drawn out. But, like, the anime is, like, a pretty accurately compressed version of it. Which I like. I enjoy that.
Always nice to see that formula done right.
Yeah. I also tried to watch an anime based off of a manga that I had. Or not manga, but light novel that I had previously read. And I had read the light novel a long time ago. And I'm like, watching the anime, and I realized this thing is full of complete just tropes, and it's super, super like this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. Huh. Wow. Because you don't realize, like, you don't realize some things until you actually see them in anime. Like, you don't necessarily realize, yeah, this thing is super, super just generic, and this thing just doesn't stand out as much as it could. Which
I can agree with that.
Bad, you know. Like, reason why I like High School DxD is because it differentiates itself from all the regular harem, anime, manga, whatever. It's a very kind of unique approach with interesting characters that get developed.
Eventually.
Eventually, but, you know. I mean, the light novels go a lot further than the anime ever does. And they get really, like, in-depth. Like, every character has an arc. You know?
In fairness, the anime has quite a bit of catching up to do.
Yeah.
I mean, they just finished in the second season. What just happened? Oh yeah, it was the 3 factions meeting.
Yeah.
For the first time in ages. Then, oh, God's dead, and then bad stuff happens, and then Azrael is the teacher and stuff, and that's where it's up to. So it's not very far in at all.
It's not very far in at all. But the light novels have, or even the manga, I think goes pretty far. But the light novels had every single character had their own like story arc in which they got developed during that, because each arc for like light novels would feature a character, not necessarily even just a female character. Kiba, one of the male characters, had his own arc where he got developed, which is nice. Because it's usually all just, here's a female character, here's her story, and here's why she's going to fall in love with the main character. Which is, yeah.
Fine, I guess, but it gets kind of old.
It gets old. So I like that they took the time to develop each and every character in that show. And once you've seen that, you notice other shows don't do that, and they tend to not do that either as well or at all. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for my week. You know, other than the fact that, you know, I've been working. I haven't been doing much else. Just relaxing and. I'm done.
Alright, Ken.
Well, alright, let's see. Well, first of all, I had a breakthrough on guitar this week, which is awesome.
Yay!
Woo.
I can now apparently play the rhythm guitar for Red Hot Chili Peppers' song Higher Ground.
Yay!
Which is
I don't
awesome.
know that song.
Yeah.
Yay.
I can. Well, if you ever listen to it, I can play the rhythm guitar for that. So, yeah. And other than that, I had to push my car from the backyard to the front yard and then maneuver it in the driveway so that a tow truck can later come and get it and take it to a shop.
What exploded?
Nothing exploded. What do you mean? What do you mean? What exploded?
Something always explodes. That's the
Nothing.
standard law of life.
It's kind of
Nothing
disappointing if it
exploded.
doesn't actually.
Yeah.
Nothing exploded. It just took me 30 minutes to push a fucking car from the backyard to the front yard.
Consider it a Rocky-style bizarre training exercise.
I'd
Dun,
rather
dun.
done without it.
Dun, dun. Just play like, some Rocky music while you're doing it, and you'll feel better. You feel like you're accomplishing something. Dun, dun, dun.
And nobody helped me because my
Well, no, because you need to do it by
You need to
yourself.
do it.
Otherwise,
You need to trade.
you need to have the eye of the tiger.
This wasn't for training. This is so that
It's
a
the-
fucking tow truck could get my car and take it away.
It's the thrill of the fight.
There was nothing thrilling about
Rising
this.
up
It was
to the
painful.
challenge of our
Rivals.
I
Oh,
can't
you
say
guys
what
are
the
complete dicks.
You are dicks. It was one of the most horrifying physical experiences of my life so far. Ugh.
I am the tiger.
Nobody helped me because there probably isn't anything on my dad that isn't broken down at this point. I mean, shoulders, knees, back. He's all beat the fuck up.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
So
Sorry.
pretty much looking into the future for you, right?
Maybe. My shoulders aren't bad. My knees are fucked. The knees are gone. I know this much is going to be true. But everything else seems okay. Except for my hands. My
I was
hands are
gonna
really
say
fucked.
you got crap fingers.
I'm gonna have fucking crinkled hands by the time I'm fucking 50. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe artificial prosthetics will be at a high enough level where I can get my hands cut off and get them replaced with all new robot hands.
Robot
If you
hands.
did that, you probably couldn't fight with them.
I'll be 50 by
Have
then.
you seen Deus Ex 3? Adam Jensen, that shit. Get blades in the wrists and shit.
I mean,
Cool.
official
I'm
fights
not
with them.
sure that would be legal in a sanctioned bout.
You gotta go to a robot hand.
Unless, of
now.
course, Gladiator days come back and I can actually fight people to the death again. Maybe that'll get popular.
But then people will be prepared to kill you,
Okay. Cool.
and they'll have like guns, maybe.
No. There will never be guns.
Now the sacred
Okay.
art of street fighting.
Yeah.
God forbid, guns.
Yeah.
Just bring a tank and you win.
Tank
That's
does
right.
beat everything.
Yeah, tank beats everything.
What about airstrike? Doesn't beat airstrike.
What about a VTOL?
Tank beats everything.
Now you're just making stuff up.
What about precision nuke? Does tank beat precision nuke?
Yes. Tank beats everything. The standard law of the universe.
What about Metal Gear? A bipedal tank with nuclear capabilities.
It's still a tank, so it beats everything.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Zero. If a tank cannot beat a 15-year-old girl when she kicks it, then no, a tank does not beat everything. Persona reference.
Ah, okay.
Tank just
Alright, I'm
needs
done.
to aim.
I'm
Tank
done.
just need to aim right. The tank didn't do a good
If
job.
it gets us off this tank conversation, I'm done.
Tanks are lame.
Lots and lots of tanks and planes. Alright, I'm done. We're done with tanks.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Ken,
Yeah, I'm done. I haven't really done much of anything. I'm currently in the process of updating Shinobi LHCs at last.
Woo.
So, yeah, by the time this is out, that'll be out. So, enjoy.
Unless something
Woo.
seriously wrong has happened to Kenshi.
Yeah, I'm kind of high right now on prescription pills that aren't mine. Um, yeah, so that's kind of illegal. But in my defense, I had a really, really bad headache when I got home. And it's gone now. I feel great now. I don't know
That's
what I
generally what
took.
prescription drugs
I
do
don't know
to
what
you.
I took because there were like 16 bottles in the cabinet downstairs and none of them were prescribed to me, but it worked. So, yeah.
The word pain comes to mind. Like, you gotta come with a better way to deal with that. I mean, just taking random pills. You don't know.
So what's the over-under on Ken accidentally taking estrogen?
I hope he likes bigger
I don't-
pecs.
I don't think taking
Yes,
estrogen would have cured my
pecs.
headache. If it was estrogen, it would have said it on the bottle. Okay?
So you read the bottle?
I actually read the bottle. I just don't remember what it said. What it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
estrogen.
Thought you were
It was
just
for my
chucking
dad's-
back pills.
It was from my dad's cabinet.
So you just looked at, you said, "Oh, that's not estrogen." And you just took it, as long as it's
Yeah.
not estrogen.
Yeah, pretty much. It could be Viagra for all I care. All I know is it cured my headache. But I'm not walking around with a boner, so.
Here's a lesson for you kids.
Probably be able to tell.
It got all the
it's
blood to
Viagra.
flow away from the brain, you know.
Here's a lesson for you kids. If you ever have a headache and you don't have any Advil or anything, just grab some random pills.
Zero, no. No, Zero.
You can't
As
do
far as
that.
I'm aware, kids do actually listen to this podcast, so no, don't do that, kids.
Okay.
Don't listen to Uncle Zero.
But if you have like 16 bottles of pills, you got a 1 in 16 shot.
Exactly.
Kids, those are not good odds. Do not take that bet.
Don't even take 50%. Just ask someone.
You know you want to.
There's no one here to me to ask. I mean, I guess I could have called or texted somebody, but I mean, that required me turning my phone on and, punching out letters to people. I'd rather just take the pills.
Everyone knows someone that knows everything. He's called Google. Ask him.
Yeah,
her.
but this is. By the time I had taken these pills, my headache was so bad I couldn't look at the computer screen.
Oh, right. I can see how that's an issue then.
So I just took something. And it worked. I'm not dead either, yet, so. Yay.
Mm.
I think I'm a bad person. I'm basically
Okay.
promoting abusing prescription drugs.
We're just gonna gloss over that
Anyway.
message. Casey, you're weak.
Moving on. We're moving on. So, how the fuck do I follow that? Okay,
And that's the 4th time I got crabs. That's how you follow it.
Well, now that you mention it,
This podcast is already taking a turn for the worst.
it's taking a turn for something.
Uh,
Anyway, working at the charity shop again all week. Well, most of the week. Got Thursday off. That was cool. Nothing interesting happened, especially. It's a charity shop. All people walk in and buy stuff. It's great. Woo! It's actually kind of slow this week, but whatever. I have been playing Dark Souls again. I am actually somewhat almost close to finishing it this time, rather than giving up halfway through.
Yay.
I'm doing the DLC at the moment.
You mean Dark Souls 1,
Ugh.
right?
Yep, Dark Souls 1.
Ah, good luck dying against Sartorius. Fucking
Yeah, I need to kill him so I can get his armor.
Yeah. It's not very good, but
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
It's pretty good. It's right on target for my build, so it's fine. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun doing that as a melee character. Yeah. And I've been playing Persona 3 Portable.
my brother lent my Persona 3 Portable out to the neighbor kid, and he still hasn't returned it.
Maybe you should go get that back then. Like
I
in
Maybe.
person.
too.
Since when does your brother have permission to lend out your shit to other people?
Since I'm not around all the time.
That's an
Yeah.
ass whooping where I come from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you have
Yeah.
a brother that needs, a good punch to the mouth.
He might have asked me, but I don't remember saying yes.
Yeah, so that game's okay. It does a lot of nice things to the mechanics. It makes the game significantly easier to the point where I'm playing on literally the hardest difficulty, as in, it is literally called Maniac is the name of the difficulty. And if people are familiar with the Emperor-Empress fight, I completed that in one turn. The boss did not get to attack at all.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was something. But yeah, it's okay. I'm not a fan of what they did for when they made the game portable. What they basically did was they stripped out all of the scripted scenes, so the character models aren't on screen. It's all visual novel style. So you just see a character portrait, and then they say a line, and that actually does take away something from the plot of the game, I feel. So, I'm not a fan of that, but I understand why they did it, because it's portable and they can't really do the whole animating character models and stuff on a portable thing. Well, they probably could, but...
As
No, they probably
little as
could,
they
they just
need
didn't.
to. They need to save space.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. It's just disappointing. Oh well. Yeah, that's an okay game. I like the skill card system that they added. So that you can just straight up teach moves to Persona rather than having to futz around with the inheritance system,
Yeah, that is.
which is all kinds of pain in the ass.
It is a messy system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they simplified that quite a bit while making the inheritance system stricter. So it's almost impossible to, for example, get a 4-element persona through inheritance, but you can do it really easy through skill cards. So that's nice. I like that system a lot better than just doing the inheritance thing. That's pretty much it. I haven't really done that much this week because I've been working. Yeah. Oh, and we put up the first episode of Speedrunners like we said we would.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great for you two.
It was.
It was a fun time. Yeah.
For you
For
two.
you two.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what matters, right?
When you die, you just had to sit there and watch everyone else play.
Everyone else, as if it was anyone except for Casey and Slicer, every time.
Every time.
Hey,
And
that
then
happened
eventually-
like once for me.
Like, you guys, like, died later on, but then, like, I remember Casey saying, so is this what this feels like?
That was me.
You said that too, but Casey
No, it was
said,
both of us.
both
Oh.
said that. Is this what this feels like? Ugh.
I don't want to talk about myself playing that game, and just, if anyone ever watches it, I just want you to know I got better. I got much better.
Yeah.
Did you play on
you
single
called it
player
wall
afterward,
run.
or?
You called it, Kenji, you called it wall run at one point. And you just kept calling it wall run for like the rest of the episode. It's
Is
wall
that not
run.
what it is? Oh.
I don't.
Who cares? It's basically the same thing. Yeah, so the first episode of that went up, and what we're probably going to do, or rather what I'm probably going to do, because I have all the videos and I'm going to put them up, we're going to have an episode of either Speedrunners or Castle Crashers at the beginning of the week, then the podcast in the middle, and then an episode of the Worms Backlog at the end of the week. So, on Sundays.
Alright.
And that's how it's going to run.
I want a rematch when we get off of this. I need to show Slicer my mad skills.
Alright.
Let's see whether you have issues with the stuff first.
I feel fantastic right now. I don't really see myself crashing anytime soon.
Mm,
That's what they all
Uh,
say.
that's what they all say.
How many people do you know that abuse prescription drugs? Exactly.
A lot,
A few,
actually.
more than
Wow.
I'd like to admit.
All
Medicine
right.
is expensive, so we use the dog version sometimes. It's the same stuff, they just give it to dogs.
All right then. Never mind. Maybe I should watch out.
okay. I can actually back that up because I played State of the Decay, and that's absolutely true. They do use the same stuff for dogs, but whatever. Uh, yeah. Weird. Thanks for that, Slicer.
Yeah,
That
no problem.
completely threw me off a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to move on. Slicer, what have you been doing last weekend?
Right, before that, I just wanted to clarify the P3P thing. The difficulty is geared toward a game where your party is retarded, and they act on their own. And in the portable version, you can tell them what to do. So, yeah, the game
Yeah,
kind of
Hmm.
unbalanced a bit. Just a bit.
just a bit.
But yeah, I'll get to the con stuff after. But this week, I've been mostly just sleeping. I can never get enough sleep. Seemingly.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, actually.
Right.
Anyway, before that, we did a bit of archery before the con. Went to a 3D shoot, where you just like go through a path in the forest, and there's targets set up, and you shoot at them, and you score depending on where you hit on the target. It's pretty great, but I came in last out of everyone there. It makes sense when I got back, and on the last shot, naturally, my dad noticed that my drawstring was too much, so I was like making an L shape instead of a line. I don't even know how to describe it. I should have been shooting way to the left, but I had already set my sights right, I guess. So it was really screwed up. Hey, anybody here seen Hetalia?
I avoid it because yaoi.
Oh, the fandom's terrible. I know.
haven't-
Yeah.
I
The
haven't
show, on
seen
the other
it.
hand, I have discovered is actually pretty good. Like, it's funny, and the announcer is so sarcastic and condescending. It's just, she's my favorite character. She's like GLaDOS, but without being a robot.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, and naturally, of course, more Dark Souls. And my sorcerer character, the one that is horrendously overpowered, I took her into New Game Plus, and I'm trying to do an entire run without dying. And I got invaded a few times, and I discovered that running away like a coward is really fun. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I make sure to have Seed of the Giants with me just to distract them, and they don't usually expect that, the invaders. And so I will run onto the narrowest pathway I possibly can, and then just spam the Soul Greatsword or whatever it is, and they usually roll right off the edge, and it's great. Oh man.
Yeah. Invaders are always fun.
Yeah.
Especially in like Dark Souls 1 when you get invaded by people when you're trying to the area where you have the two silver knights sniping?
Yeah. Yeah, those.
Yeah, I was up there and I was past that and an invader came in and he got sniped to death. Made me feel rather nice. I think the only
I disagree on Dark Souls 1 invaders being fun.
it was fun that he got
Yes,
sniped.
I'm still bitter about that stupid troll fucking hacker bullshit.
But
It was months ago now, and I'm still bitter.
Wait, what happened? I must have forgot about that
That
story.
guy that invaded me, and he had hacked his health so that it was way above what it could possibly be.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fucking.
I remember I played in Dark Souls 2. I think it was Dark Souls 2. No, it was 1. It was 1, yeah. Some guy appeared, and he just had ridiculously high health. And so I would hit him, and then I would roll away, and I would hit him, and I would roll away, and I would get all these backstabs on him, and his health was just like, deet, deet, deet. And he's just like, I can feel him laughing at me. He's just walking towards me
Yeah.
slowly. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
nah. Then he hits
Yeah,
me
you
like
can
twice and I die.
you can set your
Mhm.
health at either 64,000 or 28,000. I'm not sure how to do it, but yeah. I assume there's a trainer like there is for Dark Souls 1, but I haven't looked because I don't care. I haven't gotten to that point where I just want to dick around with the game yet. Also, Zero, you failed to mention that Black Bullet is fucking sad. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it make you feel sad? Did you get to the one
Yes.
episode?
I,
Yeah, that kind. Yeah.
it's
It's
sad even
good.
more so that I don't know which episode you mean because there were several in a row that were like that.
Which episode are you on? Did you finish it?
Yeah, I just finished it. That's why I was like 20 minutes late because I was on the last episode. And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna stop on the last episode for you
Um,
people.
I think it was 11 or 10. It was the one with the girls from
Oh,
from the school.
yeah.
That was the saddest
Okay.
one for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. I hate you.
It was
Yeah.
good though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna keep watching it. It's like what Attack on Titan was, but I didn't care with Attack on Titan. For most of the side
Yeah.
characters, it's just like if the four main characters don't survive, I'm just done. But anybody else can die, I don't care.
Yeah, but this made you care.
Yeah, and mostly because I went into it not knowing that people were actually gonna die, so that was kind of surprising.
And that's the best way to go into something. Don't
Sort
go
of.
into it knowing that people will die, and then when people die, you'll be surprised.
I
Not
don't like being
pleasantly, but
sad though. Sad sucks.
yeah, but it's so good.
Uh, I hate that I agree with you.
Yeah, so if anybody in the audience out there wants to watch Black Bullet, go do it. There's a high chance you'll probably be sad by the end of it.
Zero likes being
Yeah.
sad without a positive payoff at the end of the experience. I've noticed this.
Yep.
It's got a satisfying ending, I suppose. It's not happy,
Yeah.
and it's not bad or sad or anything. It's just kind of bittersweet, but
Yeah.
it's very open to a second season, that's for sure.
It's based off a light novels thing that I was.
Naturally, that's the big thing now I'm finding.
Yeah.
Just light novels are fucking taking over.
Mm-hmm. There's like, I think just 2 or 3 animes out alone this season that are based off light novels. And there's at least one.
I suppose
Sorta
since-
Online.
I suppose since
Oh,
they
yeah.
have more material, like
Oh, yeah,
they can
there's
update
2.
faster.
There's 2 that are based off light novels that I know of right now. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, because the thing with Black Bullet is that the characters in there, like, the world is set up so that I'm not even gonna try to explain it. Just thinking about it is gonna make me sad. Moving on. So what else did you do?
Fantastic racism. There you go.
Yeah. Against
Mm.
children. Some type of children. And, yeah. Children dying. Yeah.
Right, well, I've stalled enough. I went to Anime Iowa, a convention at
In Iowa.
Marriott Hotel.
About anime.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, it had all of those things. It was a con, and it had anime stuff there. Video game stuff, too, as I got a print of Artorias and Sif. It's great. I'll get a picture of it at some point.
Yay.
When I'm not half asleep 24/7. But, yeah. Unfortunately, the con kind of started off on a bad note. I showed up pretty early because I wanted to be there ahead of time because my friends were going to show up later. And I got my ticket. And while I was waiting in line, one of the volunteers threw a bitch fit about not letting disabled people cut in line. Like, he would not allow that. And, yeah. My mom has scoliosis, so her spine looks like one of those things you open a wine bottle with, corkscrew, whatever.
Uh,
So yeah, I'm familiar with the amount of pain somebody can be in if they have a disability, and so I was pretty pissed off about that. But yeah, and he actually threatened. I think I mentioned this, but he threatened to walk and like leave, and I didn't know about it till later. But this con almost didn't happen because the upper management of the volunteers from last year just kind of fucked off, and yeah, so that was great. I was mostly ignoring that though because I met a friend of a friend who I'm told to call Alice. That's just her alias she likes. But I was not prepared for how tiny she is. Uh, yeah, she was like 3 feet tall. It was weird.
3 feet
That was
tall.
unexpected.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was told she was short, but I didn't expect that short. And it's not like she's 9 or anything. She's just yeah. Anyway. So after we got her ticket, we went to Controversies in Cosplay. Uh, that's pretty self-explanatory title. It's I discuss body types and skin color and like what you should wear if you should be required to wear certain outfits because of those. And it was a really good panel, but it wasn't very personal, which is why there was a second part on the last day, which I'll talk about later. Uh, Next one, there was because my friend Alice was that was her first con. We went to con etiquette, a panel. I thought it was just in general con etiquette, like how to behave and stuff like that. But turned out to be about fursuits and stuff like people in them and how to act around them.
Huh.
What?
Yeah,
That's not good naming conventions.
they couldn't fit the whole title on the timetable thing. So in the next few pages where it explains the panels, it's like I don't have my book nearby, but it's like fursuits and how to treat them or something like that as a subtitle. Hold on.
Huh.
So is that just fursuit etiquette, or
Okay. Con etiquette: how to treat fursuiters and your fellow humans. So yeah. Anyway,
Implying fursuiters are in fact not human.
they're non-humans?
no, they're humans in suits. That was kind of the whole point of the panel. But it turns out a lot of those fursuits have resin parts at the very least. Sometimes full resin masks, and resin is like concrete. If you didn't know that, so you don't tackle people in fursuits because you're likely to also break your own nose.
Don't punch them in the face either.
I don't know why you would do that, but yes, don't do that.
If you hate fursuits, don't try to hit somebody in one because they are armored.
Pretty much, yeah. And there,
If you like them, don't go for a tackle hug. If you hate them, don't punch them.
yeah, pretty much that. And I didn't know this, but their field of view is microscopic. It is absolutely tiny. Like
Oh yeah, if you've ever worn a Halloween mask, you know what that's about. Jeez.
Yeah. I once had to dress up as the mascot for my school. I know how types of suits and whatnot have very, very narrow fields of vision.
It's a bad time. It's like tunnel vision or something.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
They called it chapstick vision, actually. That's all you could see out of little chapstick-sized holes and the mouth, naturally. But that's usually why anybody wearing any kind of suit usually has a handler, or it's not. I initially thought it was like a boyfriend ownership kind of thing, or girlfriend, or whatever they have. But no, it's because they don't run into walls. Yeah. And that was there was only one more panel, but for the rest of the day we kind of dicked around and took pictures basically. And there was last panel was actually really interesting. I didn't recognize his name, Lucas Schuneman. I think that's how you pronounce. He voices a lot of video game characters, and he was actually the Mama from the British version of Camping Mama, I think it was, or the dad from that game, Cooking Dada or something. I don't know. But he was this funny story because he thought he had made the American version and he got a free copy of the game. He asked him for one, and He's like, any minute now, I'm gonna hear my own voice, and then it never happened, and he's starting freaking out, and he ends up seeing the British version, and he finally placed himself, and it's funny. But a friend of mine from the Brony meetups I go to every month actually did this amazing voice acting thing. It's like the 3 steps were pick out a bass voice, uh, give it a reason for sounding the way it is. So it was like an ice demon that had just woken up from being in a cave was the bass, and then just woke up recently was the second one, and then I forget what the third one was, but it came out really nicely, and yeah, I'll include that guy's name in the chat. Just he probably has some tips up somewhere. I don't remember all of them, sadly. And that
Oh
was
yeah, I just looked him up. I've got his IMDb profile
alright.
linked.
That's good. Yeah, the that was basically it for that day. It ended kind of early, but actually I think day 2 was even shorter. But anyway, showed up early again on the next day because I don't know, I wanted to. And there's day 2 being Saturday is the big cosplay day. Everyone cosplays on Saturday because nobody's jet lagged anymore usually. And Sunday is a half day because it's the last day, and closing ceremonies happens at like 6 usually. Sometimes it's 5, I think. Instead of midnight is when the day on Saturday ends because there's all kinds of stuff happening. Fortunately, I can't go to most of it because I gotta drive my brothers back home. Anyway, day 2, mostly just pictures for a lot of it until like 2 p.m. Then a Hatalia shoot, which I discovered my friend Alice is a yaoi shipper, which is a nice discovery. It actually kind of was, because the 2 characters she liked seeing together were cosplayed by cute girls. Thankfully over 18, so I can say this, but they made out, and I got pictures of it. And she requested more pictures, so I got to go ask them to make out more, so I could take pictures of it.
So, Slicer?
Yeah?
I'm going to put Slicer's pictures in the link dump like 6 times. You better fucking put these pictures up, okay?
Alright, yeah. Yeah.
Please do.
Going J. Jonah Jameson's on me over here.
So people can see what you are talking about and better accurately put a picture to what's happening. Please put the pictures up.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
For that
so
reason and that reason alone.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's entirely for,
Comprehension purposes.
Reference.
yeah, people want to know what's going on and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll get right on that. Anyway, after that, it was hot as hell outside, so we didn't get to stay for the whole shoot, but we got the important stuff, clearly, as mentioned. But so we rushed over to I'm not sure if any of you is familiar with like Lolita style dresses and stuff. Very frilly, usually frilly,
Yes.
cutesy, that kind of thing. Well, I got a friend of mine who's very into that, and into it enough.
I'm aware of his friend.
Yes, right. She's into it enough that she actually got called up to assist with the panel that was about Lolita stuff and how to get it for cheap and not get scammed and stuff like that. So that was kind of nice, but we had to really we like sprinted through the hallway, which we probably weren't supposed to do, just to get there on time because it kind of overlapped with the photo shoot. And the rest of the day was just walking around. I think that seems about. There's nothing else in the book that I see myself having gone to. But one note: bodysuits make up about 90% of some costumes, and on a woman who chooses not to wear anything under that bodysuit, that's great. It's really a nice sight. But on men who choose not to wear anything under that bodysuit, I don't want to see your junk, okay? I saw some junk. just there. This is why people who cosplays Deadpool wear boxers or shorts or stuff like that.
Don't link any pictures of that.
I didn't get any pictures of that.
Really? Damn, I'd have said fuck it. Get pictures of that. That's hilarious.
I would have, but I was in a hurry at the time, and I only I only saw him a few times in the halls, but
Uh,
it was a guy dressed as I don't know his actual name, but he's from Casher and Sins, the guy in the white bodysuit, or yeah, that character, the main one from that. And yeah, he was just bodysuit and a helmet and some gloves, I think. That was it.
mhm.
Yeah,
Free balling.
yeah, very free. Yeah, yeah, great. So that day ended on a weird note, but it did.
Free. Free balling.
Right.
Sorry. That had to be said.
Of course.
Moving on.
So that day ended, and I got a text a few hours later that said Alice was too tired to go on the third day. And considering she recently has recovered from a spinal surgery where she had to lay in bed and do nothing for weeks at a time, I'm kind of shocked she even came for the second day. But I think it was mostly the Hatalia photo shoot motivated it. But anyway, I just completely understood her not going for the final day, and it's Sunday, so nobody cares. But that day started off with the second part of the controversies in cosplay panel, which was we moved the chairs so they were in a circle around the room, so we could all just more personal talk about opinions and stuff like that. And it was great, actually. It started kind of awkward, but I think we went like 40 minutes over time, actually, because we were just talking. Let's see. Oh, next I walked around more and got more pictures. And once again, because I was threatened into taking lots of pictures. And the battery on my phone went from 70 to 5% in the span of like 8 minutes. I have no idea why, but yeah. So I started to panic a bit after that, because me and my brother both had a phone, but his couldn't send text, and the reception in the Marriott hotel fluctuated pretty heavily. So I'd get 1 bar most of the time, and sometimes it'd be 0, and sometimes it'd be 5. But while I was wandering around doing that, I got flagged over for people asking about cosplay chess, which is exactly what it sounds. People dress up, or well, they wear these little armband things, and then on a stage there's this big styrofoam board set up, and everybody stands on that, and then below the stage there's 2 people with an actual chessboard. Last year they didn't have the chessboard, and it was really confusing. But yeah, that was fun, but I was a pawn, and I was one of those pawns that didn't move. So I got to stand there for 50 minutes looking badass, but at least I looked badass.
What did you go as?
Yeah.
I forget.
I was Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You have the jacket and everything?
No, that's RE4.
Yeah, 2 he was in the cop uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have the jacket and everything?
Yeah, sure.
Because the jacket's really cool.
Also,
Like, alright, so yeah, he's a cop uniform, but
yeah. Yeah, I did have a vest, though. Speaking of which, apparently I look like one of the dudes from The Shield, a wrestling team.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if you went as Lee, if you went as who you said you went as, I'm gonna go out and say people say you look like Dean Ambrose.
They didn't say the name, so I wouldn't know, but I did look it up, and the one I look sorta like was wearing my exact vest, actually, so I can see how they made that mistake. Yeah, they thought I was actually cosplaying as him, or dressing up, or whatever.
No, guys, I'm Leon Kennedy. You're wrong.
Leon S. Kennedy.
Leon S.
Please,
Kennedy.
thank you.
Yeah, you gotta say the full thing. I don't know what
No,
S stands
guys,
for, but it's important.
It has to be. So, okay, I'm looking at the Shield people, and every single one of them looks scary. So the question is, which is the scariest one, and which one's like Slicer?
Obviously, the different ones. They'd have to be.
The picture I saw had 3 of them, so I'm not sure if they're a bigger
Yeah.
team or just those 3. But
There's
yeah.
3 of
There's
them,
3 of them.
and they all look like they could beat people up, and they probably do because it's their job.
Well, yeah.
Well, not really. They're wrestlers.
I said they probably do. I left it ambiguous.
And that's what you do with wrestling. You just
Yeah.
Anyway, so the cosplay chest was in the main hall, or the main stage rather. And so there's a Marvel vs DC mashup where it's just people who dress like Marvel and DC characters come and dick around in character, and it's pretty funny actually. And they've had it the past 2 years, and they had this great Harley that comes there every year, and it just does a great job. So she's also really, really good looking. That's another reason to go.
Did Batman and Superman get into a fist fight?
I wish, but actually the Batman couldn't come, or didn't make it for some reason, and also
Did he
the
send his
Joker
Robin
never came.
instead?
No, sadly no.
Did he send Batgirl instead?
No, also no.
Dang.
Like, he has, like, several Robins. It wasn't even one of them?
Nope.
Was there even Nightwing? Like...
No. There was
That's
this
just-
amazing Deathstroke, though. I mean, it's really good. I definitely
It-
got pictures of him.
It is a sad day when Deathstroke is on time, but Batman and every single Robin does not show up.
They excused Batman not being there that Deathstroke killed him. Yeah, that was a good one. But while I was waiting for that panel, 2 women behind me and got talking, and I added some comment at some point and got sucked into the conversation, and that eventually led to flirting. I've never flirted before. That was a new experience. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Great, but kind of
It's a-
confusing. And
I've
yeah.
I've been told that I flirt with girls, but I don't even know how I do it. I just talk to girls, and I'm like, I'm just talking to them. It's like you're flirting. I'm like, what? How
Yeah,
do you do
that's-
that?
That was pretty much what it was like.
Yeah, it's weird.
I got-
Conversations with girls, weird.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my friend is in a long distance relationship, and he left the con because he had to catch a flight back home, and so I had to spend the next hour consoling her. That was, yeah, that kind of sucked. But oh well, at least she's better. And
Yeah.
so I had to miss the last half of the DC Marvel thing. But we went back for the closing ceremony, which was pretty good actually. I usually have kind of a iffy opinion about the opening and closing ceremonies because the MC from last year and the year before were it was okay, but it didn't really mesh with what I'd like to see in an announcer. I guess more game show and less charismatic, I suppose. I don't really know how to describe it, but the new one was great. So yeah,
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like
I
that.
don't know what Zero's doing.
yeah.
The game, the Family Feud.
Ah, I didn't watch that show ever. I was always
Oh.
Wheel of Fortune.
It was Family Fortunes over here. So,
What? No! That's taking 2 concepts and combining them.
What was
no,
the?
it's not. It was Family Fortunes and Wheel of Fortune. They were 2 different things.
Okay, it was Wheel of
Uh.
Fortune. I had. This is kind of getting off topic from the con, but I had the biggest crush on the woman who tapped the letters when I was like 5. It was great.
Vanna White?
I don't know.
Yeah,
think
that's
that's it.
probably her.
Yeah. But anyway, the announcer finished the ceremony by telling this really emotional tale, and I cried a bit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I actually cried a bit. It was, yeah. I'm not gonna
So
repeat
it's
it
been-
because I might get teary-eyed still.
So it's been a sad week then, huh? Black Bullet, people making sad speeches and whatnot.
It's
Sad
had
things
its
happening.
low points, I guess, but that makes the high ones better.
Guys
I
with
don't know.
bodysuits.
Guys with
Sad.
bodysuits not wearing underwear.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can class that as a low point, just like a weird squiggly point.
I don't know. I think the balls are pretty low points.
Oh
Uh,
God.
Whatever
I
it was,
gonna
it was a pretty
expecting
straight point.
flaccid joke or something.
Yes, I heard
Uh,
you, Zero. I'm just no
yeah.
selling it.
Um, so if you're listening to this and you're one of those people that wear bodysuits without underwear, put on some underwear, please.
Please.
It's not. It's not that hard.
Or
I
cup.
mean, I know you
mean,
like the freedom, but other people don't.
Well, I mean,
They
in
don't.
in that dude's defense, it was hot. So, and he was in a whole bodysuit. So,
Sure,
you
it's
know.
cooler, and you're a lot more free, but at the same time, there are other people around you.
Can we please stop saying free?
Ah,
there was a free panel. I didn't go to it. Would you like me to read the summary? I'm joking.
Why?
But yeah, after that we there was a restaurant like I don't know 20 feet from the hotel, and so we went there. I got I think it was named after a drink, and I think it was margarita pizza or something like that, and it was terrible. It was so bad. It was like 90%
Margarita
tomato.
pizza is cheese and tomato pizza.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It had barely any cheese. Most of it was covered in tomato, and it had these giant basil leaves that just it didn't taste very
Yeah.
good.
ugh.
Margarita is just plain pizza. That's it.
Yeah, I got to try
Sorry.
some bacon and pepperoni pizza though for the first time. I
Hmm.
I don't know. I've just never been anywhere that serves that before, but that's a mouthful of grease right there. I mean, it makes
Yeah, it
sense
depends on
in
the place.
retrospect, but wow.
It depends on the place. I mean, you can get good bacon and pepperoni pizza that's pretty just normal. Just like regular pizza.
Mm.
Good stuff, though.
Mm. It did taste good when I wasn't, using the napkin liberally.
Liberally.
I don't. Is that how you pronounce that word? I don't actually know.
Liberally.
Yeah, sure. Like a lot, often.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my con experience. So I probably left out a crap ton, and I've got like 400 pictures, I think. So I was probably downplaying that
Yay!
walking around and taking pictures bit.
I once went to a con with my little brother, and all the nearby food places were like closed because we were just spending too long doing stuff. So I went to like this little store, and we bought like donuts and soda, and we sat on the side of the street and ate donuts and soda for our dinner at night. And he was dressed as Luigi, and it was weird.
Con dinners are great.
Yeah, I gave a homeless man like $10, and then
Two.
the homeless man stole $5 from my brother.
Ah, why? And how?
I don't know.
Actually.
Very, very belligerent begging.
Ah, great.
And by that I mean my brother opened up his wallet to give him something, and the guy was like, "Give me that 5," and my brother was like, "Okay, don't hurt me."
Yeah.
You go across the street for 2 minutes, and somebody's already begging your brother.
Did you say banging or
He
begging?
he said begging, not banging. I heard it the same way.
That was surprising.
All right, are we done with cons? We're done with this, right?
Yeah.
One last note. Shower.
Okay.
You motherfuckers. You get a damn shower. I ran into a few people that smelled like cheese.
I once, I once, I can actually pretty much accurately imagine how that probably smells, because I went to a mission trip down to Mexico once, and like there was a one point where we all got to shower. This one guy that I rode in the car with for the entirety of that week did not shower, and then when we got a chance to shower, he still did not shower,
Right.
and I had to sit next to him.
Great.
If you have a chance, if you have an actual shower, use it for the sake of others.
I'd really appreciate
Now,
it because, I mean, I don't have a strong sense of smell. Actually, quite the opposite because of a vitamin deficiency. But if I can smell it, that means everyone in the room can. Vividly.
Yeah. I know you people may not like to shower, but don't think of it as doing it for yourself. Think of it as doing as a form of community service.
You're protecting humanity. Do
You
it.
are upholding people's sense of smell. You're helping others. Be a good person.
Why are we talking about this?
Because I just really needed to say that. There, I'm done now. Con segment over.
Okay. So, as usual, we have Bleach and Naruto to go through. So, I need to pull that up because I need to double check stuff and things.
So, Bleach did some things.
Yeah.
Bleach didn't do that many things, but the things that it did very successfully, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a pretty good chapter. Like, we have the 4 people show up, you know.
Let me just get to the fucking pages first. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can sum up the dialogue pretty much perfectly between the crossdresser and Kurosuchi. It's the crossdresser says, you look idiotic, and Kurosuchi says, bitch, I'm fabulous. And that's it. That is the extent of the dialogue in this chapter.
Yeah, and
the last
Kurosuchi's like,
chapter,
I could...
actually.
Yeah, Kurosuchi's like, I can make you feel pain. And then, like, Charlotte Keyhorn is just like, feel what? And it's just like posing and stuff. And it's...
I love that character right now so much.
This... the interaction between whatever his name is, Charlotte, whatever, and Yumichika is... Get shit on, Yumichika. Just really... I forgot. Oh, no. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
And Spanish Guy is back. I love Spanish Guy. He's great.
Yeah.
Big cool guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Why, a friend of mine raised a point, why can they stand up to people that are way stronger than what they used to be able to fight? Is that plot reasons? Or just,
What do you mean?
like, they shouldn't be able to fight the Quincy. They're way underpowered for that.
Because they were, like, messed with by science.
Plot
Well,
reasons.
here's-
Also, they're not really standing against the Quincy, they're standing against the Quincy's zombies.
And
Oh,
here's
yeah,
the
fair
thing.
enough.
Here's the thing I want to explain to that. It's not like the zombie controlling person was actually fighting on par with Ichigo at all.
Yeah. It's not like they were strong or anything. It's just like, they're Quincy, okay. You know, Ichigo never really actually went after this person in a one-on-one fight or anything.
Yeah, they're not strong, they're just kind of inconvenient and a waste of time to fight, so
Yeah.
we just kind of moved on from it.
It's probably a good thing he didn't, because then he'd smell even more like semen. Yeah.
So I like how Charlotte's just like He's like, my instincts are telling me to fight you because you resemble me so very much. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And then the she zombie person's like, in what way? Just like, what are you talking about? I'm not like you at all. I'm a girl.
You forgot to insert the JoJo poses.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Also, Kuratsuchi is using electricity.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just thought I'd bring that up.
What
Just
about
the
it?
guy in the big sun costume who describes himself as incandescent
Oh,
is using
okay, I get it now.
electricity powers.
This week's
Praise
Bleach
the
brought to
sun.
you by Dark Souls.
I don't
It's
want to
getting
praise
harder and
Dark
harder to
Sun.
think that it's not intentional.
I'd like to say that the author of this actually played Dark Souls and was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Screw it. Praise the sun.
Now? You think he'd make like some one-off Shinigami or Aaron car or something like that? A Ron car.
I don't know. He
No,
probably.
you gotta have an impact. You make it a main character that does shit. This shit.
Yeah. No, like I feel like, okay, Kurosuchi is dressed up as all this stuff. I just played through Dark Souls. I need to make him dress like this. Because praise the sun. And whoever gets this reference, good job. Because screw it, this thing is ending, so I might as well end it with a bang.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I think. That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to end it and just do whatever. So why not?
I'll accept that.
And Chris is just like, unfortunately you missed me there, because he threw the person there. He's like, I wasn't trying to hit you, my hand slipped, that's all. I just like their interactions. This is zombies get destroyed.
Kurotsuchi does not understand the spirit of jolly cooperation.
No.
Yeah. He's like the anti-Solaire.
Yeah,
Well, not
pretty
Damn it, I'm having too much fun with this.
Oh yeah, and then Hitsugaya showed up.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't expect that. Fan
Yeah.
favorite character coming back as a zombie, that's kind of ballsy. Give him credit.
I didn't expect it either. And he turned black.
Yeah,
They-
he's
that's
also
a-
black now.
That's a Japanese zombie thing, actually.
Is it?
They get darker skin, and that's like a sign of their undead status. Whereas we in the West usually have pale skin.
So I'm a zombie. Fucking
Yes.
awesome.
It all makes sense now. No, Kenshi, you're a Japanese zombie.
That's
Yeah.
even better.
Casey
Desu.
is the English zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
I really want this to take the uninvited guest route, and Hitsugai just breaks free of that, and everyone just ignores the fact that he's a zombie from now on. He's just attending the captain's meeting, and like his arm falls off, and they're like, "Oh, whatever." I'll sew that back on for you.
no. I'll just freeze it back on for a little bit. The cold doesn't bother me.
So, that was Bleach 591. Also, once again, we have some lovely fan art at the end of this. With a fabulous looking burner finger. Just gonna copy and paste that into the chat.
I see it.
I think it was Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm thinking of where he called it a finger bang at one point. This is my
That was
finger
the
bang
abridged
technique.
series of Yu Yu
That was
Hakusho.
that was the abridged finger
Yeah.
bang. And, now I can't help but think of that when I see that pose. It's not a spirit gun. Don't make that pose like it's a spirit gun. It's a finger bang. It's a burner finger.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna use burner finger on somebody, you got to put your whole shoulder into it.
Mm.
You got to brace for it.
You got to get all the way up in there. Yeah.
It's not just the finger, man. It's the whole arm. You got to put every bit into it, from like the
Like-
flat-
like
the
Make
you
front-
sure
gotta-
they feel it, you know.
Yeah,
you gotta
from
throw in a pivot. You gotta get your whole weight behind it.
Yeah, from like the tip of your finger to your shoulder blade. You got to put that in there, man.
Yeah, no, that's
You can't-
definitely a spirit gun.
So,
It's like the exact same pose too. It hurts.
Of course it
hurts.
hurts.
so that was Bleach 591, and it was a fantastic chapter. Go figure.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's getting
Yeah.
better.
Very
Now
satisfying.
It
Now
was
we have-
satisfying because you could ignore the story.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't really any story. It was all sort of
Bleach is-
just callbacks.
Yeah, Bleach has gotten to the point where it's the best chapters are when they call back to things that have already happened. And characters that have already died. Sort of.
Yeah, but the thing is, Naruto is also at that point. And you know what
Yeah.
Naruto is? Utter shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Naruto, Naruto
Obito.
687.
Obito.
Obito, you sacrificed your... Okay, I'm gonna be fair. I'm not gonna do the bored sounding voice because that's unfair to just do that whenever I'm really, really bored by something. So, God, that came off as so disingenuous. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be real. Okay,
I like. Okay, go Casey.
I have nothing. I'm just Not
Alright.
gonna do the fucking board stuff anymore.
Alright,
'cause
well,
it's not cool.
I'm reading this, and my first thing is everybody's just kind of watching him, like, for the
Die?
first couple pages. Just kind of watching him die, like, oh. Then Naruto's like, oh, wait, I'll put a hand on him.
Yeah,
I can
hang
probably
on.
do
Sorry.
something.
Yeah, I do have something now. They're all sort of watching him die, and in the first page, the villain says, "Hey, we should move to another dimension where you can regenerate faster." She doesn't do that
Yeah.
at any point during this chapter. They just all stay and watch.
She was
for some
locked in
reason.
place by the monologue. It's a universal rule.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then Sleevy over there is talking.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Sleevy from now on. Well, he betrayed us too. He's just rubbish. Blah blah blah. She's full of fail.
Hang on.
He says at one point all he ever did was fail.
I'm still way before that. Way before that. Okay. So you should be more focused on the enemy, Kakashi, than blank panel of the enemy doing absolutely nothing. Just fucking sitting there. It's like, okay.
Then Sleevy starts talking a lot.
Yeah.
You can't
we're
do
doing the,
anything.
"Oh,
He'll
you
just
can't
rot
say,
like garbage.
Your ninja Jesus powers aren't effective here.
Yeah, and who cares, because he's a character we're trying to get rid of anyway, so just let it happen. Please, let it happen. Da-da-da.
Just
Yeah,
kill him or
he needed to sacrifice himself at some point. That was like his only role at this point.
Mm-hmm. Now, this monologue that he has to Naruto, I have problems with.
yeah.
And hang on, actually, before we get to that, I'm gonna link another page, and this is page 7 on the Eat Manga scan for anyone who wants to double check this with me from the audience. That big old panel on the right hand side. Could anyone tell me, without context, mind you, whether this is the desert world, the rock world, the lava world, the ice world, or the gravity world?
It's not the lava or ice, I think. It might be
It's
the
sand.
ice. It's not the lava.
It looks like sand.
It
From
looks
above.
like rock. Maybe it's rock.
You know, because the lines and the "Come the desert, we ain't found shit."
Or yeah.
Desert, or possibly a well-traveled snowfield?
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you have to? Why can't you draw?
And
What
once
do you-
again, we are in fact still in the gravity world. I'm just gonna bring us back to that. Why are there big cliffs and rock faces everywhere? You can see them. There's like a giant plateau on the left-hand side of that panel, and another one on the right. Why are they there? Rocks don't fall. Mangaka don't understand science. This I have learned from reading this crap.
Do they need to though? I mean, that sounds
I
like it would
guess not,
only
but-
inhibit things.
Then again, what's his name who writes this doesn't understand fucking Pokemon logic either. Fucking lightning beats ground. Fucking seriously?
Hey, to be fair, the Pokemon anime didn't understand Pokemon logic either.
Not for a
It's a
while.
rock type. I use Pikachu. It's a fire type. I use Pikachu. It's a grass type. I use Pikachu.
There's a difference between the show not understanding, the character not understanding.
It's a water type. I use Charizard.
Did that actually happen once?
No, I don't remember, but there's been points in time when he's chosen Pokemon that don't even make sense. For
He's
the context.
he sent out a Charizard against Articuno, which is the ice.
That makes
bird.
sense.
Does
Yeah,
it?
does. Yeah.
Fire beats ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's a
like
Magmar.
the same as
It's
ice.
a Magmar. I choose Charizard. You sure you don't want to take a water Pokemon? No, I choose Charizard. Fire
If it
with
was
fire.
if it was Charizard, why then it wouldn't make sense, because then it's ice versus dragon, and obviously dragon loses.
In Ash's defense, his Charizard is badass and can beat pretty much everything. It's
Yeah,
the
and it
tank
won that
of that
fight as well.
universe.
It beats everything because they ignore the rules of the type advantages.
Mm.
Like 90% of the time in that. Anyways, back to Naruto.
Right, Naruto.
Yes.
They ignore type advantages too.
Yeah, so, Obito's monologue to Naruto. Right here, at the very end of the story, where you pull out the ultimate evil to try and destroy the world that the heroes have to fight against, could we please have just a little bit of focus on priorities? Like, say, for example, beating the ultimate evil might be a little bit more important than being Hokage.
I think this might be a Japanese thing. It's not the position, it's what it means. He's saying strive for that goal, not just the position.
Ending.
I kind of would actually like it more if Sleevey over there, for his speech, was like, why do you help him? We're supposed to be fighting, instead of why do you help him? He's just fail. Because, like, or just, how about this? Attack him when he's trying to heal the other guy. That's all you have to do. Like,
But they can't.
you sure you want to
monologues,
stand?
They're just
Yeah, you
too
sure you
powerful.
want to stand behind him when I can shoot these scary rods out of my hands? Like, really.
Obito would probably just take another one. I mean, he's already standing there. He doesn't have to move.
Like, just hit the one that's already in there and push it through to hit Naruto.
I know you will become Hokage, are your last words. And it gets a big splash page as he crumbles to pieces.
Yeah.
I think it's
Just
kind of
watch
interesting
Naruto
that
not
Naruto
become
gets his own
Hokage.
therapy jutsu pointed back at him.
A little bit, but then that results in Naruto literally putting his hand through where Obito was and immediately shouting, "Yeah!" Fuck yeah, you died! Yeah, you did! Fucking... I've been waiting for that fucker to die for fucking 30 chapters. Jesus Christ, he's been the villain far too long in this
Stop
shit.
writing the abridged version. Stop writing the abridged version of this.
I think that.
But it's
I
so
think we should do
easy.
I think we should do an abridged version of this.
Oh...
Oh god, the
I'll write
editing required in that.
I'll write up the script right now. Gosh darn it.
So much editing.
If I had the proper equipment, I could actually probably do it, but... 'cause I know what equipment I actually need to do that. But nah.
You probably need an actual real editing program as in a paid one rather than
I know exactly which editing program I'd use, too.
Premiere? Final Cut?
Premiere.
Premiere, okay.
That's the one that TFS uses.
Hmm.
And that's the one I've used for film class. So I know how to use it.
Yeah.
But, you know, audience, that isn't going to happen anytime soon. So don't get
No.
your hopes up.
Alright, so... He
So
tried
the
to
stupid trainer
become
finally died. He was
Hokage
just
and
an
stuff.
insect, but he was tough like a cockroach. Ha ha ha. Now don't make fun of Obito.
Because
Don't make
he
fun of
tried to
him.
be Hokage, he's just like me. You are so much like me, Naruto. Fucking...
Don't make fun of Obito. He may have been a horrible person who killed a lot of people, but in the end he was kind of an okay dude.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous.
He may have actually failed at everything that he actually tried his hand at, but you know what? You're right. Maybe we shouldn't make fun of Obito.
Just because
Did they
somebody
really have
makes
to
a
do
nice
one
speech at
more-
the end, you don't
Did-
need to think nicely of them. It's okay to call them a dick when they're dead.
No,
Yeah.
people get iffy about that for fucking stupid reasons.
Obito was the coolest guy.
Mm.
That's what he says. He
Did they
was the
really?
coolest guy.
Did they really have to do one more nod to the fact that these characters have been recycled 6 times in this series?
Yes, because that's all they
Yeah.
have at this point.
Why must you make every character like your main character? Why can't you have people that are kind of like your main character, but they're only similar, but they're very different, so your character can learn from them while not becoming them? You know, kind of like that. Why can't we have more things like that? Why does everybody have to be like, you're just like me? No. No, you're not just like me. No, okay, you want to become Hokage? I want to become Hokage too. So did like 50 other kids that want to become Hokage. Just do it.
Kiba wanted to become Hokage. He was kind of a dick.
Yeah, everybody wanted to become Hokage. It's not just because you want to become Hokage doesn't mean you're like everybody else. Because it's kind of natural for you to become Hokage. You know, you can't just use that as the point of, we are so similar. We are like the same person.
Saying you want to be Hokage is basically like saying, "Oh yeah, I want to be the. Oh yeah, I want to be the strongest, the best at my job." Yeah, like everybody.
It's like saying I want to be the president at the same time. Like,
To an
I
extent,
want to grow
yeah.
up and be the president.
Only
Yeah,
the president
literally
gets
the
to suplex people on a regular basis.
Yeah. Like, it's like every kid saying, when I grow up, I'm going to be president. And then you guys are all going to be like, Mr. President. And I'm going to be like, no, I'm not going to give you any mercy.
That's pretty much Naruto's character arc, actually.
Yeah.
So, go figure.
So,
So, I feel like I need to give this chapter one point of credit. Rin seems pretty cool.
yeah.
True.
She
Rin
seems
seems
pretty
cool.
sound. Which makes her
Except-
not like Sakura, just throwing that out there.
Except that there's the I've been ... watching you. That kind of, like, the ellipsis there kind of is, it kind of scares me. It just reminds me of all the various yandere things.
He was evil for like 3 decades, so yeah, of course they're gonna be a bit hesitant about going like, yeah, I just kind of saw what
Yeah.
you did down there. Fuck off.
Yeah,
In
I
the
saw.
translation I'm reading, it says, I've been watching, always.
yeah,
So
That's
that
even
gives it more of a
worse.
context of, I've always been watching over you.
yeah, that whole World War IV thing. What's up with that?
Way to go.
Mm.
Yeah, you kind of. So we're going now, Obito, but we gotta stop by Hell real quick. You know, we're not just real quick. You know, we're not staying there. You're not staying there. I mean, it's just real quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to talk real quick about this fucking dimension hopping thing. Why did they do this?
To
Like,
get rid
really?
of Sakura's chakra, pretty much, seems like.
Okay, why couldn't they just teleport to, say, for example,
Another country?
Tsuna, that has a desert in it, and then maybe
Land of Iron, which is
Earth
got ice
country
and
that
shit in
has
it.
mountains and then ice, or you could go to the land of snow. Oh wait, that's not snow anymore. Fine,
Spring.
land of iron, that's fucking snow
Yeah.
still. And then fucking gravity, I don't know, fucking lightning probably has something for that. I don't fucking care. Why did they need to use this confusing plot power? There was no need to include this weirdness.
That brings up another point, actually. Did anybody understand what the sage was talking about? Because that just went right over my head.
No idea.
I don't remember what he said and when he said it.
It was the previous chapter, I believe.
Oh, okay, I'm getting chapters mixed up. But yeah, its dialogue didn't make a whole lot of sense. Or maybe I just missed half of it, or we're going to see the other half soon. I don't know.
But yeah, see, they pulled out the ultimate evil plot. Okay, fine, it's rote as hell and everyone's done it, but if you're gonna do that, the least you could do is make it fucking bullshit awesome, right?
Yeah.
Just go balls to the wall, superpowers, throwing planets around and shit, do all that shit. But instead of doing that, they just made this into a weird dimension-hopping game of superpowered tag.
I mean, they already got past the throwing planets around part. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, it's not gone bigger, it's just gone weirder.
It's the Gurren Lagann method versus the, I don't know, some of the filler villains from Yu Yu
Evangelion.
Hakusho were kind of that.
It's going Evangelion a little bit.
No, because it still makes sense to an extent. It's not.
To an extent, but I feel like it'll get there.
I don't think it's ever going to get to Eva levels.
I don't know, maybe we'll eventually see Naruto get sucked into the tree or whatever bullshit's going on.
Or stuck on a big blue ball.
As for me, I've just gone back. I was just reminded of Yandere, so I'm back to Yandere Clicker, and now I'm stabbing Senpai
God
again.
damn it, Zero.
I can hear him clicking.
I wondered about that.
I'm sorry, but I've got to stab Senpai. If I don't do it, nobody will. And you'll never know my love.
Yeah, okay. I don't think he needs to, actually, unless he's like the guy from School Days. In which case, just stab a little harder.
I'm pretty sure it is based on School Days or something.
Ah,
That's
then
a
yeah,
lot
stab
of
a little harder.
blood. That is a lot of. That's a lot of knives.
Yeah, I'll admit it's pretty cool when you just sort of get, add a knife, add a knife, add a knife, and it just makes a ring of knives that all stab him at once. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or when it does it in sort of, sequence. So it's just a ring continuously going around, stabbing him over and over and over and over and over again.
Should we move on, by the way?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, just gotta stab Senpai some more.
Uh-huh.
I'm totally not going to a certain...
Stop
Game.
using your search engine right now.
Alright, so, Naruto, we done talking about that then?
Apparently.
I believe
yeah,
so.
I guess.
Oh, one last thing about the Sage thing. Apparently he could only be summoned in a very specific set of guidelines. So it was like the planets aligning or something. It's stupid.
What are we
The
talking about?
planets.
Sorry, I was installing Unity.
The Sage, him appearing was a very specific event that needed to have very specific requirements being met.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that.
It's just kind of ridiculous.
The Ten Tails being back, Madara and Hashirama being in the same place. Nine Tails. I don't know.
Naruto
Okay,
and
so
Sasuke's
basically
ancestors.
all of that stuff we talked about before of it being complete bullshit that it didn't happen earlier, they're hand waving it basically.
Pretty much.
So
Who is
Great.
clicking?
nobody.
Yeah, okay. Close
Okay,
the
move your-
tab.
do what I did, Casey. Move your mouse farther away from the mic. And
I'm
then
still
just-
here now. I'm not clicking anything.
Or, yeah, I can still hear that. It's just as loud.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, my mouse is just really loud then. Fair enough.
And why don't you turn on the keyboard clicking, and then just hold down the buttons. It clicks like 100 times in 3 seconds.
Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab.
Yeah.
All right, we're losing where we were.
Stop it. Seriously.
People are stopping themselves from listening now.
Okay, it does it on
They're
its own
hating
now,
it.
so I'm okay. It's just running now.
Yeah.
8 knives. There we go.
Okay, next topic.
Fast food. Fuck it. We really didn't have a lot of topics, and we didn't know how long Slice's thing would take.
Not
Turns
really.
out we're already at an hour and a half. So, fast food.
There we go. I had to get a drink. Wendy's chicken nuggets. I can eat a 20 piece of those, and always want more because they're really good.
We don't get those over here. We don't have Wendy's.
You don't have Wendy's? Oh, you poor bastard. I would eat more Wendy's if it was closer to my way. Now, granted, it's not that far of a travel for me to go to Wendy's, but it's not in my direct path of day-to-day travel. It's like 2 turns out of the way. So I don't go there that often. I love their stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Arby's burgers, too.
Oh,
Like the
Arby's.
3rd pound thick burger ones. Those are great.
That's pretty much where I frequent every day.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. A lot of protein though, so that's good.
Whatever you gotta tell me to make me feel better.
I said this before we recorded, but I would talk about KFC. But KFC, we are casual dining. We are not fast food. We are just casual dining that tends to be fast
No,
and gives you food.
no, sir, no. Do you serve your people on a plate or in a cardboard bucket?
Nobody else uses the bucket.
Trays half the time, unless you're getting a family meal, then you get
Yeah,
a
we do
tray
have-
with like little
If
boxes
you're
and
eating
stuff.
inside, there are trays and plates.
Is Chinese food fast food?
Yes.
If
Yes.
you're talking about Panda Express,
Oh,
then it is.
okay.
Unless you go inside and it has a buffet, in which
Yeah.
case it is a buffet.
Unless it's an actual sit-down place with like plates and utensils and shit. Yes, it is fast food.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We got a little diner like 5 minutes from us actually. Ditto's I think actually is the name, and they got this rodeo burger. It's the greatest thing ever. They make their own barbecue sauce. I could drink the stuff. It's amazing. Actually, I'd probably choke because it's kind of chunky, but I mean, I'd die happy.
Okay. Oh, that barbecue sauce, it was worth it.
I really like barbecue sauce. Okay.
I like barbecue sauce sometimes. I go off and on it.
Nah.
I like Subway, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Subway's good sandwiches.
I would go there more, but I hate the idea of standing in line.
There's a
For my-
line.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's usually lines when I go. And I always
Then again,
seem
I
to-
suppose, small town, nobody's ordering. There's usually like one person there, if anybody.
Hmm.
I always seem to get the same thing as well. Meatball sub.
Well, they're good.
I used to get the meatball sub all the time. I have moved on to the chicken bacon ranch.
Is that any good? Cause
Yes, it is very, very good.
Did you have a bad meatball one? Because I did, and it wasn't pleasant.
No, I don't think I had a bad one. I think I just wanted something a bit more complex.
Ah.
A few more different flavors going in there. So,
tell me about the bad meatball. I'm regretting asking, but I need to know.
I'm not sure if it was actually made wrong or I just already had something wrong with my stomach because it was the whole foot long one cut in half, and I got, I don't know, a few bites into the second sandwich and I was about ready to hurl. It was just too much. I couldn't finish it.
Sounds like a you problem.
Possibly. I mean, I've eaten, I don't know. I've always kind of eaten some of my brother's because he never finishes food either. So it's not like I can't finish a whole sub, but yeah, just that day, it didn't agree with me.
It was too much man for you.
Yeah, sure.
I'm growing knife plants, guys.
God damn it.
From knife seeds.
I've opened a portal to the knife dimension.
Close the
5
tabs.
times.
I'm gonna say one thing. Fuck Taco Bell.
We don't have that here either.
Dorito tacos.
Fuck
I
Taco
I have heard
Bell.
enough.
Tacos.
I have heard enough about the meat hose in Taco Bell that I'm not keen on ever going there, even if they come over here.
I know about Taco Bell because that's part of Yum Foods, which is part of
Yep.
which KFC is also part of. So my dad knows everything that goes on back there. And yeah,
Meat hose.
I don't
We
know what
still
that
eat it.
means.
Of course you do. You gotta support your franchise that you have a stake in, Zero.
What'd you say, Slicer?
Dorito tacos
I don't
are the
know
only
what
thing I
meat
ever
hose
eat
is.
there.
What?
The meat hose is how they make your tacos with meat. Basically, it's just a hose, and they shoot like
The ground beef.
semi-liquid meat
that's
down
where the
it.
ground beef comes from.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's just a hose that is filled with meat.
Yeah, I don't care actually. I've had Taco Bell a few times and always been pretty great. Then
Welcome
again,
to
I just get the
America,
basic
where you don't
like
care.
I don't know, kids level tacos, and I just order like 1,000 of them.
I'll get if I want a taco or something or a burrito. I'll get real Mexican food. Thank you. I'll go to Chipotle.
Yeah, but
Chipotle.
I don't like a lot of the stuff they put on those, so I just get like the most basic burrito ever. It's just
That just went
meat
over
and
everyone's
beans,
head, and I'm
that's
so
it.
disappointed. No one called me on that, and I'm so disappointed in all of you.
On what?
That I called
Chipotle.
Chipotle real Mexican food.
No,
I
we
don't
all got
care.
it. We just shook our heads and went.
Yeah, we don't want to accept it.
My palate for spicy foods is typical white person. So I mean, yeah, I can't tell the difference. I don't care.
I like spicy foods. I like spicy pizza. Jalapenos on pizza. It's
All right,
good stuff.
question. Any, I don't know if Casey even has a Buffalo Wild Wings in his country.
No, we don't.
You don't. Okay, so this
As
is
far as I'm aware, we don't.
this is just for Slicer and Zero. Have either of you pussies ever tried the blazing sauce?
I don't eat spicy foods, so no.
Oh,
I'm kind of the same. I haven't gone to an actual wing place in so long. It's been way too long. I need to go get some wings.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I can't eat anything with bones in it because I will inevitably wind up biting into either directly a bone or a piece of ligament.
That's okay. They have boneless.
That's what I get.
I like the boneless.
Of course I do. It takes out all the effort of actually having to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And,
that's what it
okay,
is.
so any of you guys ever gone back to McDonald's? Like everybody's gone to McDonald's once they were a kid, but has anybody ever gone back as an adult?
Yes.
Like you go back, and you just see the horrible.
Yeah.
You notice things that you didn't notice when you were a kid. You were just like, I'm gonna play on the playground. You're like, no.
When your kid is like, yeah, McDonald's, that's a shit, woo! And then
I'm-
fucking, you grow up
nope.
and
Nope. This food looks disgusting. That playground looks like
Looks
smells like urine.
it looks
oh
like
god, did they pee in the ball pit? Oh Jesus Christ!
it looks like a tetanus shot waiting to happen.
Regret. Just so much regret.
They don't even have any of those playgrounds anymore around any of the McDonald's that I.
No, because kids kept peeing in them and shitting in them.
All the time.
They have a big one in the town. Me and the group I hunt with goes, and some of them bring their kids during the morning, and it's interesting watching them all play in that thing. It creaks and it sways, and it's
Oh,
like somebody's gonna fall out of that thing. You guys have Happy Joe's where you guys live?
No.
No.
Oh
No.
man, they have the best fucking pizza around. It's like, great. It
I
just puts everything else to shame, and it sucks.
I've
because
got one
pizza's like
thing.
30 bucks
I've got
each.
one thing that none of you guys got. I
What's
got
that?
In-N-Out.
Yeah, we don't
Not
have
sure
that.
what that
In
is,
and out.
aside from a sex joke.
It's a burger place.
In and out.
Right.
And it is very, very good.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I don't have it. I've also
Mm.
heard of Jack in the Box. I don't have that. I've heard of White Castle. I don't have that. We don't have shit here.
I want White Castle. I really do. White Castle is really good.
I'm trying to think of British fast food chains, and I can't really think of any. I mean, I always thought Pizza Hut was like a British chain, but I don't think it is.
No, it ain't.
No, it isn't.
It's
We have it
American.
here, but I'm not sure if it originated over there.
Yeah, it
I don't know.
did. It's American. Pizza Hut's American.
Okay.
Yeah, all your
Yeah.
shit. All your shit's American, son. How you like them
More or
apples?
less. Oh, we do a lot of pie shops here, and that's pretty much all British. So, we do pie. We do pastry. Good stuff, pastry.
Talking about rare places, there used to be this Culver's, if you guys remember that place. They used to make, apparently, they were like the first people to not freeze their burgers. It was their big thing.
We
And-
don't freeze our burgers. So
Yeah, I
we
know.
are good.
You ever seen
Now
the film
everybody's
Good
doing it,
Burger?
but-
Yes. I
Yes.
love that
Welcome to Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Did anyone else root for the Mondo Burger in that film?
I don't remember that movie enough to.
I would eat those supersized genetically modified burgers.
Even if they give you like brain tumors.
There was no proof of that.
Yeah, they never proved
yeah.
exactly what the fucking serum did, other than it made your burgers big and it wasn't natural. So
You guys
Yeah.
ever
fuck
see?
what?
You guys ever see the movie Super Size Me?
Yes.
That's the thing with the guy that ate McDonald's all
30
the time
days,
for
like
30 days, yeah.
his health went down the toilet.
Well, no shit. He
Yeah.
ate it like every.
Yeah.
You don't eat that every day, and then he got
You don't
the
eat it
supersize.
every day.
He got the supersize every time it was even offered to him. No.
Like I once had the opportunity to talk with a girl from Taiwan who was studying abroad, and she was like, "Your guys' medium drinks are our larges."
Yeah, everything is bigger in your country. That is absolutely
Everything is
true,
bigger.
except certain things. But
The Super Size Me was pushing it way too far.
Also, he intentionally cut out exercising altogether.
I don't think that's entirely
Other
fair.
than
If he
his
was
walk.
if he was exercising already and then he stopped when he was doing McDonald's,
He
that's
was,
not
I
really
think.
fair.
He was in the peak of his health. He had been exercising and eating like on a very veggie based diet.
Well, yeah,
That's
then
not necessarily peak of your health, but okay.
Yeah.
his
Well,
body's
no, like,
gonna
the doctors-
explode if he suddenly goes to meat and breads and yeah.
Whatever else is in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going veg more or less only, then yeah, you are going to fuck yourself up if you immediately go on an all meat diet.
On a side note, I am now stabbing Senpai over 4,700,000 times
I
per
don't
second.
care.
7,500 times per second. You're beating me.
I have
But
a
it's keep-
time machine, so I
I
can
keep
stab
trying to make
Senpai.
everything in tens, so I have 60 knives stabbing him and 50 emotos stabbing him, and
Yeah, everyone does that.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
McDonald's.
70
Back to McDonald's. Shut up. The child's burgers are actually pretty good. I mean, they're like paper thin, but you get 4 of them. You can make a meal. They're not bad.
Mm. Yeah, but for the same price, you could get 2 double cheeseburgers, and that's much better.
Yeah, but then they don't taste as good, I guess. It's like the adult food at McDonald's is terrible, but the kids stuff is decent. So the kids
Oh,
don't
yeah, you gotta
complain
hook
or
'em young.
something.
You gotta hook 'em young.
Oh god.
We've been talking
Yeah.
about fast food for like 30 minutes. That
You
topic.
see?
Yeah.
There. I
More
told
useful
you. I
than
got something out of
expected.
it.
Fast food is important for fandoms, okay? When you watch a marathon of fucking Buffy or whatever, you want to have some fast food on the go.
You aren't cooking. Fuck that.
Yeah, don't go to McDonald's. If you have an In-N-Out, go there. It's really fattening and it's really horrible, but at the same time, their fries are nowhere near as salted. They're a
You'll
lot
hate
healthier.
yourself, but you'll love yourself.
Yeah. You can at least say, hey, it wasn't as bad as this or this.
And that's really all our society is, finding something else to look down on. Hey, I may be this, but at least I ain't that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Gosh darn it.
I love fast food. Subway, KFC, McDonald's on rare occasions. I like the chicken nuggets, but everything else is kind of shit.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would ever get at McDonald's.
Burger
If
King.
I ever do go.
Burger King is bloody expensive, but it's delicious.
Yeah. I like Burger King. It's just hard finding a good one.
Yeah, there aren't that many around here either.
There aren't that many, and the ones that... I remember, first time I ever played Yoshi's Island for the Nintendo 64 was at a Burger King. It's great.
I've
I
had
think
McDonald's chicken nuggets too many times, and they've always had those little crunchy ball things of ligament. And yeah, it's
I remember when they were like that. They haven't been like that for a while.
that's good to know.
Like, when was the last time you had a chicken nugget?
I don't. It's been like 10 years. It's been a while. There's not a McDonald's around here, so I haven't even been tempted, even if it was nearby.
Yeah, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and I have to say I haven't had a chicken nugget that I felt had ligament in it in well over 10 years. So that was gross.
So, coming up to an hour and 50, guys. So, well, an hour and
Right.
45, not long gone. So,
Should we skip to worst
Everything?
video games and then recommendation, or because
let's skip past everything and just get on to recommendations.
Can we just do worst video game?
Not
I
really.
I don't really want to rush through that one if we don't need to, but I'm not sure how long
Yeah.
it's gonna
Alright.
be. So.
Yeah. Well, this has been a nonsense episode. Which
Yeah, but it's
It
been
has.
cool.
I mean,
It's been fun.
It's,
has,
It's
yeah.
good every now and then to have a nonsense episode. You know?
Yeah.
Fandom Flux likes its nonsense.
I think this is the first episode that I have been in where I'm like, I'm usually, even when I'm tired, I'm full of energy, but no, I'm going to bed after this. Like 2 minutes after we close this down. Bed.
Fine, I guess you don't want your ass whipped in speedrunners.
Fine. The challenge, I hear.
Yes, it is.
Are we actually going to do more speedrunners after that?
Of course we
Yeah.
are. I have something to prove.
Alright.
If you watch the first speedrunners playthrough, you will know why I have something to prove.
Fair enough. Alright, recommendations. Who's got one?
Since I already posted mine in the chat, A Ride into the Mountains. A little one shot. It's like 2,000 words. It's the banjos. That's all I'm gonna say. Just banjos.
Hatfields and the McCoys.
Casey, why do you know what that is?
I don't know, it's just a thing that you guys reference, that you Americans reference every now and again.
Oh, so you don't know
Nobody
what it is.
likes the banjo.
You've never seen
Nobody.
actually seen Deliverance?
Or read it?
No.
Ah. Yeah, I haven't either, but I've seen parts of it, but
Nobody.
Is that
likes
the one
banjo.
where the guy is raped by two dudes?
Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah. Squeal like a piggy and all that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that scene referenced for something else.
South Park.
No. I think it was a Best of Giant Bomb video, and they used it at the end because they were playing a game. It was a Kinect game where they had to slap themselves on the ass to make the pig go faster.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Recommendations. I don't have any fics to recommend. I mean, I could talk about the weird fanfics I got into on the Shulk thread for Super Smash Brothers, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, let's
So
not,
I'm gonna talk
actually.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about two games that I'm going to recommend. The first game is, of course, Yandere Clicker. Again. Play it. Love it. Stab Senpai so you can understand your love.
There's no playing
And-
to it.
So,
And the second one is an actual game. If you haven't played Xenoblade,
you've recommended it before.
yeah, I'm going to recommend it twice as much because I've been playing through that again. And it's so good. If you want something else that I can recommend, I'll give an unrecommendation, actually. Here's an unrecommendation. Sonic and the Black Knight. There's an unrecommendation.
Okay. It's a Sonic game, so I don't even need to ask questions.
Sonic wields a sword and he fights knights that are basically Sonic characters. Like Shadow is Lancelot, and
This should come as no surprise to anyone. The music is the best part of that game.
yeah, it is.
Night of the Wind is a great song.
It is.
It is a good
actually.
song. It is a good song, but the gameplay is so awkward. It is so awkward.
Just download or buy the soundtrack and just listen to that and pretend
Yeah.
you're enjoying the game.
Also,
Yeah.
Is It You is a great power ballad.
Mm-hmm.
Is it you? Is it me? Is it everything we're meant to be? It's a good song. Love
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah, it kind of goes like that. But the gameplay was super awkward, and you have to sword fight while being Sonic, and like in a sort of 1v1 thing for one fight. Or actually for all the fights, all the sword fights. Which doesn't work with the Sonic engine at all.
No.
What engine does it use anyway?
I think it uses the same one as I think Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Okay, is that the same one that Sonic 06 uses? I think it would be, which is...
No, it's not. It's not the same engine, but it's that whole Sonic thing was supposed to do. They were supposed to do a whole series of games because Sonic and the Secret Rings did pretty well. But they were supposed to do a whole sort of storybook sort of series of games, but Sonic and the Black Knight killed it. Like it literally killed that entire series. Just like that Sonic and that Sonic RPG game they had for DS killed the entire series that they're going to do with that.
You think they just kind of planned for failure at that point? Or at this point, rather?
Sonic spin-offs tend to not do so well, so don't play a lot of them. Don't play Sonic Unleashed.
Play Sonic Unleashed. It's pretty fun for the daytime levels.
Yeah, but the nighttime
levels are a bit bland, but they're not bad either.
They get old really fast. But yeah, I never beat that game. It's
okay game.
I'm done with recommendations.
Also, it was the Havoc engine that Sonic 06 ran on, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, my recommendation is... Hang on, I'm just gonna fucking set up clicking. Yeah. What was my recommendation?
You two have a problem.
I am stabbing Senpai 15 million times per second.
Nobody
I
cares.
can quit whenever
Not a
I
problem.
want. I can quit when I want.
Not 60 million times.
Harry Potter and the Void's Embrace. It is Harry Potter and High School DxD. Harry almost dies when he's like 5 or 6, frozen in the forest because he got kicked out of the Dursleys, you know the drill. And gets resurrected by Asmodeus and joins his peerage. I'm not entirely clear on who that is in the canon. I think he's a Satan, maybe.
Let me just real quick check on that. I think I know that character.
Yeah. He's supposed to be lazy or something. Yeah, so he gets resurrected by him.
Oh yeah, Asmodeus was one of the 4 great Satans alongside Beelzebub and Leviathan and Lucifer or whatever.
Yeah. And joins his peerage as a bishop, and then I don't know what happens because there are only 2 chapters so far. But it's pretty good so far.
Oh, this is cool. The High School DxD wiki changes your mouse icon.
Yeah, it's the gauntlet thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's some 1998 web design there.
Yeah, but it's cool. You don't see this anymore.
That's some GeoCity shit right there.
Yeah. It's gimmicky, but I like it.
More knives. Alright.
I'm going to go change my mouse icon now. My mouse cursor.
To what?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, you can. There's a setting for it. I tend to have black mouse icons because it's easier to see on white backgrounds. Ken, do you have any recommendations at all?
Yes, I have been playing the shit out of the Way of the Samurai franchise of video games. I think they're PlayStation only, because I don't really remember seeing them on anything else. I've been playing these for a long time, and I got into them again. They're out for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, and they're good.
Isn't that the one with
Ooh.
Delicious Time from the Two Best Friends? Or is that a different series?
I'm pretty sure that's a different series because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Some guy in some, I don't know, restaurant or onsen or something in his underwear is just like, Delicious Time.
Delicious time.
No. If that has ever happened in any of them, I've never come across it. I'm kind of glad I have not. But it's a free roaming game. It's a free roaming sword fighting game. There's like a bunch of different swords you can like pick up from people that you kill. And you can be any like there's like hundreds of different fighting styles and stuff. And also you have to actually watch out how you fight. You can't just like spam attacks or just like spam block and shit because your sword will break, and then you're fucked. And it's like the storyline's got multiple branches and shit. So, and I refuse to look at a walkthrough to figure out how to get the good endings. So it's pretty cool to play through every time.
That's the best style to play through one of those games. I mean, if you go right for the good ending, then you don't get to see the stupidly outlandish ones.
Yeah, and it's...
Or you just go systematically get the good one, and then go back to an earlier save and get the shittier one, and then get the next shittier one, etc.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to pick up, too, so if you have a... But they're kind of hard to find. You kind of need to find them at, like, a GameStop or something. I've never found one outside of a GameStop.
So is this a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 game?
There's Way of the Samurai 1 and 2 for PlayStation 2, but 3 and 4 on PlayStation 3.
Right. Okay.
You might be able to find at least some of them on the marketplace then.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But I recommend Way of the Samurai franchise. It's good stuff.
Fair enough.
I always try to find the ninja sword. Don't judge me.
Ninja sword is always the best. If it's not the best, the game is broken.
It's not the best, but it has the coolest looking moves that I've seen so far. So I always go find the ninja sword somewhere. And it's always one named character in the series has a ninja sword. So I know if I want that sword, I have to kill that character, which completely writes off an entire fucking branch of the story because I just killed one faction's person to get the ninja sword.
Right.
Okay. I guess we're pretty much done then. So, someone say something?
No.
I didn't want to. I didn't have anything, I mean.
Okay. Thank you once again for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 46. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the Blogspot page, the comments, or our personal profiles on fanfiction.net, or through the YouTube channel through the comments. We are considering starting a Patreon campaign because the YouTube advertising pays less than peanuts. It pays peanut shells. So,
pretty much.
yeah, we're never going to get anywhere with that, probably not. Unless the fan base suddenly explodes into PewDiePie levels or some nonsense like that. By the way, I hate that guy for being so incredibly successful for no reason. Actually, you know what? No, he's a children's entertainer, so that's it. It's a skill set. One I lack, but good for him. Yeah, so we're going to be thinking of starting something like that, see how that goes. We have no idea whether that'll actually get anywhere. Probably not, but if you want to be super generous and help fund this thing so that we can keep doing it and maybe do it better in future, that'd be very, very nice of you. Nice fans.
There's a good chance that if we just get a bit of money, most or all of it's going to go right back into getting different games for different LPs.
Different games, probably some editing software so that I can actually do some decent stuff with it instead of just slapping together different videos and throwing it up.
Yeah.
And
because
maybe
VSDC isn't the most robust software in the world.
maybe you could even help us with our website.
And maybe even more prescription drugs for Kenshi to abuse because it's the United States of America's new addiction.
No. It's not for that, people. You're not. No.
It's totally for that.
I mean, it might be, but that's pretty unrelated. It's probably not your fault.
It'll be totally related because I'm gonna be high on air.
Kenshi air. You're going to be high on Kenshi. Being Kenshi.
If that's
Once
what
again, I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 46. Bye now.
See ya.
Bye.
Send me
Thanks
drunk
for sticking
money.
around. That was great.